back. Bem-vindo a meu meta para aprender português, ou tanto quanto possível, tanto português como possível, como possível em 2 semanas, ok? Agora eu pouquinho cansado. Eu penso que meu energia é pequena. So I'm going to adapt a little bit because just super tired right now, and wanted to record earlier but got to it later. So
Like my style?
what I'm going to do now,
Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos.
Nouns. This is something I wanted to cover before. And so noun in Portuguese is substantivo. Substantivo. It's difficult to pronounce. So let's practice.
Substantivo.
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 Substantivo. Substantivo. Okay. All right, so these are nouns. So let's just practice, not just for pronunciation, but also to hopefully memorize these soon. All right. So number 1 thing, coisa, uma coisa. O tempo, the time. A vida. O dia, como bom dia. Ano. Ojo. Let's see.
Olho.
Olho. Okay, so it's the same as Spanish. Olho. Vez. Homem. Man. Parte. Parte. Okay, it's different than Spanish. Parte. Mujer or mulher. Let's see, woman. Mulher. Okay. So man, homem, woman, mulher. And in Spanish, of course, hombre y mujer. So it's a little bit different. Pouquinho diferente. Problema, trabalho. Let's see. Let's practice that one. Trabalho. Meu trabalho é ensinar inglês. For example. Let's see.
Por exemplo.
Por exemplo. Meu trabalho, por exemplo, é ensinar estudantes, alunos, or
Estudante.
Em inglês, idioma inglês. Por exemplo. Ok, problema, ponto, hora, pessoa, forma, caso, grupo, jogo, país, cidade, a cidade ou as cidades, amor, empresa. Let's see, empresa. Ok, sim, empresa. Noite. I think that's right. Or it's noite. Noite. Palavra. Casa. Fio. For sun. Cabeça. Valor. Número. Mundo. Governo. Informação. Let's see. Informação. Ok. São. Informação. Ok. Mês, momento, mercado, Historia. Let's see if that's the same.
História.
História. Família, verdade, escola, razão. Reason.
Razão.
Oh, razão. Razão.
Razão.
So the reason becomes, I think, a razão.
A razão.
A razão. Okay? Dinheiro. Money.
Dinheiro.
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 Dinheiro. Amigo. Força. Serviço. Nome. Estado. Pai. Arte. Vista. Livro. Área. Mãe. Guerra. Let's see if that's the same.
Guerra.
Guerra. Guerra. Sociedade. Sociedade.
Sociedade.
Sociedade. Questão. Questão. For question.
Pergunta.
Ou pergunta ou
A questão.
a questão. Ok, questão. Ideia. Imagem. Rua. Let's see, streets.
Rua.
Rua, okay. Because the R makes an H sound. That's very difficult. Very difficult. But the R, not like the French R, Spanish R. It's like a H. Rua. Guerra. That's so different. Okay? Let's see. Area.
Área.
Área. Okay. Objeto. Carro. Coração. Água, animal, música, filme, porta, papel, natureza, comida, cama, pergunta, sistema, prédio, praia, foto, janela, window.
Janela.
Oh, janela. Fish is
Peixe.
peixe. Floresta, chuva. Montana, espaço. Energia, flor. Polícia, sono. Rio. Let's see, I think I got that.
Rio.
Sorriso. Árvore. Corpo, festa, lago, sol, and internet. Okay. So the reason why I'm even bothering to put this as an episode, you might be wondering why, is because there is a lot of value in practicing through repetition, and me saying these words now is just to hear myself saying them. First, I want to hear the correct way to pronounce it. And then, like a baby, repeat. Repetition. Why? Because it's proven. It's a proven method. High repetition over a sustained period of time is going to increase the odds of encoding it. Not just increase, the chances of encoding it, but how much could be encoded as well, because more information is being accumulated and being processed through you. And so what I'm trying to do is just give myself more opportunities. The more I speak, the more I practice, the more I hear it, the more I can hopefully pick up. And I'm also using the fact that I can speak Spanish to my advantage. That's what you have to do if you can speak a similar language to one that you're trying to learn, is you must start with what you know. Because if you try to start completely fresh and you don't utilize the fact that you already have a good base, you're really just going to be jumping off into no man's land. And I think that there's a lot of challenge and fun that can come out of that. But if you want to have a very rapid, structured, and sustainable approach, I would highly recommend to go based off of what you already know, or at least as you're going, pick up on the similarities, because it's going to help you kind of form a connection. You say, okay, when I go from English to this language or from Spanish to this language, I'm going to remember that I can take off these letters and add these letters. I can take off TION and I can add CAO. Okay? Or I can pronounce all of the R's like an H, right? Obviously, in that language, they don't say that. They don't say we pronounce it like an H because it's their letter. It sounds different automatically, intrinsically. But you have to use some sort of comparative method to be able to, rationalize what you're doing. You're literally learning a new language, which if you wrap your head around that for a second, it's kind of insane. You're literally teaching your tongue how to move in a different way. That's what she said. But, but it's like quite bizarre if you think about it. And we're really one of the only species that does it so brazenly, not just out of necessity, but we actually, create new languages for fun. We, try to figure out all these different ways we can say these things, and, todas las diferentes maneras de decir, de hablar, de comunicar, de conversar in, les différentes langues et tout comme ça, non? Tu comprends ce que tu as dit. Mais ce que je t'ai dit, par exemple. C'est ça. So, what I'm trying to say is that, once you understand these patterns and you're able to build off of them, then you have something to work with and you can learn like nobody's freaking business. But you have to have the interest, you have to have the motivation, and you have to have the brain capacity. Because if you don't have the energy, and you don't have the space, like if you're just doing too much, it can be really hard to just absorb this stuff. It's just going to leave because your brain's occupied or preoccupied with other things. So those are the three things that I would suggest is, check those first, those boxes, before you really deep dive into a language. Otherwise, you're just going to do it half-heartedly, and that's okay. But if you really want to connect, and for me, it's always about connection. I like the challenge, but I'm actually doing it with an intention to connect, or at least with a final goal of being able to, on some deep level, even if just small. So that's all I got for today. I know obviously way more English than Portuguese, but I'm hoping this can also be a little bit helpful for somebody who might be trying to learn a language themselves. And I think as an English teacher, I have by now at least a little bit of authority on the subject. And I have a freaking language company. Like, this is kind of, I don't want to say it's my area of expertise because I'm also in a lot of other areas, but it is in some way, and I think I do feel more like a student now than a teacher still, even at 26. I have a lot to share and a lot to give, and I'm actively doing that in my work, but I still feel like there's a higher percentage of me that is still learning and absorbing than is teaching. It's almost like 60-40 or 70-30. And I feel kind of good about that. Like, I still feel humble. I don't have, these enormous life lessons to teach about language learning. It's like, what I have is like a pretty, I think, deep skill set that's come from experience and from education. It's come from traveling and from, socializing through many different cultures, many different countries. And that's really where my base of knowledge comes from. I'm still so interested in so many things. So this is why I refer to myself as a student, because I'm always learning and I'm always seeking new information. And I'm always trying to expand my means of communication, which means expanding my languages that I can speak. And so, yeah, Português é a próximo idioma que eu quero aprender. Então, eu penso que eu vou ser melhor no futuro se eu pratico muito e enfoco. Então, it's isso, okay? So, see you in the next episode. I know this was a long one, but hopefully you enjoyed it. And if it was helpful at all in any way, then be sure to subscribe, check out future videos, and yeah, stick around for the next one. All right? So, peace out. Até a próxima vez. Peace.